Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, besides inciting one of the biggest wars in the world, bro, how's the rest of your 2023 been?
Honestly, man, it's been really good. I feel really great about this year, and I like every day I've just been putting putting work in, brother.
I get you. I get you.
So
It's been three
yeah,
days, so you've been on a
all
pretty
day,
pretty
every day.
LeBron James.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I mean, obviously today been a pretty bad misstep, but besides that, I've been pretty good. This holiday season, I've been relaxing, post mixtape release, post first semester, just post a lot of things, but yo, I became a sack of potatoes for a little bit. I can't even front. Man, I used to hit the gym religiously, and I got back yesterday, but oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It was a
Oh my
period.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I had another one for emphasis. Oh my
I don't
goodness.
know.
I
It's just
was a
I
big
just
sack of
dude, I
potatoes, my
thought you were
man.
about to like go into a freestyle or something there, but yeah.
Zen
Yeah,
Night
no, I don't know.
Cycling?
January 2nd is a good day to start, I think, to be honest with you. Like I know people always like, you know, go like, "Oh, you're going to
On
start?
January
Oh, yeah.
1st, right?
Oh, you started on January 2nd. Okay. Okay, but I don't know. Is actually and it was a Monday too. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. But I mean, I
Bro,
yeah.
it's just like we had family over, right? And Persian people, we got a problem. You know how they say don't let peer pressure get to you with doing drugs and shit? Persian people give you peer pressure for eating, my man. I swear to God, like I be forced into having these huge
Yeah.
ass plates of food, and if I don't, they be looking at me like, "Oh, okay, so you're saying you actually hate the food?" And I'm like, "Shoddy,
No, dude,
no,
I'm
no, no,
actually
no,
I'm gonna
no."
back you up on this heavy because yeah, it's not just like they're disappointed in you. Like I understand it because, I'm from Portuguese background, so like it is similar. Like it's not, it's a different thing, but for me it's the same sort of thing where if I don't eat something, it's not just disappointment, it's straight up just
Disrespect.
disownment. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, dude, like the food that, whichever, it could be like my great aunt or whatever, like my grandma or whatever, especially when I was younger. Um, it's like that is so attached to like their self-worth, and like, they also feel like this is what they're providing, like this is what they're providing to the family, and they worked really hard on this, and everyone is going to eat it and they're going to finish it because the blood, sweat, and tears went into that shit. It's a lot.
I
It's a
feel
lot.
you, I feel you, and it would be way easier if the food was ass, you feel me? But,
Yeah. No,
like,
and it's
right now,
always
I gotta
it's
clog my
usually
arteries a
good.
bit for the holidays just to show how, like, appreciative I am, you get me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 but now that life be picking back up, we getting back into that routine, we getting back into that routine all day, every day, LeBron James.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
man, life's
sure.
been good, life's been great. I can't even front, bro. It's been amazing. Um, I'm trying to think of anything else
Yo, so
besides.
did you end up going to the Maddie on Saturday? 'Cause I was there.
Oh! Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah,
So
dude, that's not my scene, dude. But
oh, it isn't?
dude, I saw a video of the night afterwards. I'm like, I'm so fucking glad I didn't reach. Like I like who posted it up, but it's just look,
Oh,
dude.
I think it was Calvin maybe.
What did you have a good time though?
Alright, so let me give you the rundown of how my New Year's Eve went, buddy. So, me and Calvin, this is probably the longest line I waited, and if it was not New Year's and I didn't have shit like it was an important night, I would not have stayed in this line, but we showed up to the Madison at, I think, like 10. No, 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 10:30, right? And we get in at 11:50. That's like an hour plus of waiting in line. We found cool people in line, which made it easier, and I think that's why we stayed so long. But yeah, it was hectic, like so hectic. I would never wait in a line again like that, man. I hate waiting in lines, bro. It's so sucky. You're like, God damn, why am I here? You get me?
Yeah.
But, we get in and it's like sardines to the brim, bro. There's no walking space. It's so funny. Everyone's wasted out the wazoo. And I mean, everyone's just having a good time, right? We showed up right at like ball drop. I think I said 11:50, but it was more like 11:55. So by the time we get to where we're supposed to get at, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and what's better than to spend New Year's with a bunch of drunk white people? Every like 5 steps I took, there was one guy who stopped me, being like, "Yo, bro, I just gotta let you know, Happy New Year, man. It's gonna be a great year,
Yeah.
man."
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's funny.
positive vibes all around. You feel me? Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I came into 2023 with a bang. What about you? That Yoncast episode, was that New Year's night, like New Year's Eve?
No, no.
Nah.
Like when we
When
filmed
was
it,
it? Yeah, the night when you filmed it.
we filmed it like late last week.
Late last week.
I
Oh,
think
okay, okay.
it was either like Wednesday or Thursday night. It was either, yeah.
What made you guys get back together?
Oh
You
man,
know,
we
what
we
was
wanted to for a while. Um,
yeah.
Obviously, like I love those guys. You do too. So,
Brother, I
um,
cannot tell you the amount of enjoyment I got going on my phone seeing Youngcast just posted. That sorry, I'm
no,
laughing
what?
just
No,
thinking about
man.
the
That
episode.
that that means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the guys too.
Bro,
And
you're
I
the one who
love,
edits them, right?
yeah, yeah. And it's honestly, it's way easier. I found some cool techniques and um, some stuff that I just researched about like editing podcasts, and so um, I found a way to do it where my editing is basically me just watching it back, and I just every time that someone else is talking, I just click this button, and then the camera moves from one guy to the other. I just click it as I'm watching it, so I don't have to like stop and you know pick apart
Manually
everything.
edited.
Like yeah, I don't really have to like manually do it. It's more automatic now, which is
I
great.
feel that.
So actually editing the episode that came out took me like a half hour. Like it was really and then I added like, music and dumb shit, but uh but yeah, no, it was really really quick, so it was good. And it was just like, yeah, the whole thing just felt great. To be
Bro,
honest,
I'm
I,
I
I
was
was I was kind of like, if I play it back, I'm kind of like interrupting the guys just a little bit.
but
But
see, you already thinking. I didn't even notice that really. Like
yeah, of
you
course you
you
don't.
thinking
Of
of that.
course, no. I know for sure that like I might be the only person who like notices that, unless you're like a real like stickler
It's
for
so interesting too,
for
man,
being
because like
nice.
what episode was this? It's pretty
Oh,
new,
it's
right?
12.
12. Yo, I was going back like to episode 1 after that episode. It's so weird how like much y'all changed in terms of just like being able to talk and be comfortable over the camera. You would assume
I
it took like
know.
50, 60 episodes to get to there, but it took 12, bro. 12.
I know. Thanks, man.
Of course, of course. I
Yeah.
know B-Joy be out, but you think it's gonna be a not permanent back, but like y'all coming back full swing, or was it just like a one-off?
Maybe, maybe, maybe,
Maybe,
maybe, maybe,
maybe.
maybe not. But I had a good time. Maybe, maybe not. But we had a really good
I
time
got
doing
you.
that episode, and I think it felt good to do that for New Year's too. Just kind of, you know,
For for sure, for sure. I mean, I felt grateful as hell getting them episodes, man. I'm telling you, it feels like I'm watching a conversation because y'all are my homies, right? It's weird. I get the same feeling when people listen to my music. They're like, "Oh, bro, I'm hearing you speak for like 30 minutes, and then I just talk to you, and it's like I'm talking to the songs, but it's like when I talk to y'all, it's like I'm just in the podcast. You get me? Or like when I'm listening to the podcast, I feel like just a fly on the wall, but it's a normalized conversation that I'd be seeing.
that's cool, man. That's how it should feel, And I think that's just like you said. I think we're really, yeah, we just go for it. We're not kind of holding ourselves back or like filtering ourselves too much and not really thinking about saying the coolest best thing anymore. It's really just um it's really just I think it's also just trusting each other too, that
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? We don't really care about and we want it to be like just like you said, like, you know, this is like right now it is for our friends, and um what's the most I think the most entertaining we can thing that we can do is just literally just like I told before we started filming this episode, Kian was just like adjusting the cameras, but like I was just talking to Joy momentarily, and he was like, "Oh, so okay." Like we were just talking about getting into the episode, and I just said like, "Dude, I'm just gonna pretend the cameras aren't even there," and he was like, "Oh, that's good, yeah. Like let's just pretend it's not even there, because I think that's the best thing that you could probably do."
Nah, that's I can't do that. I can't gaslight myself into believing the cameras aren't there. Um, did you think you could actually do it? Like, be honest, or in the back of your mind, did you still kind of like move a certain way just because you knew there was a camera on you?
Well, you can't literally convince yourself they're not there, but I
I don't know,
think
but like when you're in the
think
flow of
it's
the
I
conversation,
don't
it
know. I
might have
think it's
popped
kind
out
of
of your
like I
mind.
think it's kind of like acting. Like you can't fully convince yourself you are that character, or you're kind of like fucking. There's so much shit I want to say, but I don't want to get canceled. Well, not. I kind of just want to rope myself in. But like, if you literally convince yourself you're a fucking character in a fucking movie, you're autistic, bro, or you're not autistic, but you're okay. See, see, I'm fucking myself here, man.
Is that
Okay.
night over?
I should just cancel this fucking show.
Oh, of course, man.
Before someone does it for me. But um, yeah, no, like you not what am I saying? Anyway, I just don't think like and yeah, like I couldn't fully convince myself the cameras aren't there. But I can put myself in the mindset where okay, I'm going to act like they're not here. You know what I mean?
I
And
sort of understand what you're saying.
yeah.
See, personally, man, I've always had trouble with that just because fun alley fact, bro. I wanted to be a YouTuber growing up like crazy, and they're hyper sensationalized like on the camera, right? They're like, how do I say? They play up a character a lot where they're over expressive. And so I think that kind of messed up my brain chemistry whenever I think of like me recording myself. I got to be that over expressive guy, right? But now that like I'm behind the camera or like I'm behind the camera more and more often and it's just me like chilling, I'm kind of breaking out that habit. But for the longest while, bro, as soon as I saw someone record me, I acted completely different. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. It was so odd. But now I mean, I commend you guys for being able to keep being yourselves because even when I was like what I mentioned, right? I was watching it and I'm like, okay, I was just literally a fly on the wall. This is how most of these guys talk, right?
Yeah.
Like Kian, I think you've always been kind of strong because you've been doing interviews for a minute. But like Kian, bro, he's really gotten into himself, I think, in
Yeah, you're
terms
right.
of
No, he really has.
comfortable. Like
Yeah, it's really cool to see. I remember when we did there was one episode where we did where I swear it was like he went from like 0 to 100, like something just clicked with him. I think it was the one that we did with Sam. It was the one girl we had on the show. Um and he just sort of led the whole conversation. Like and I don't know. He wouldn't have done that before, and he was just like super comfortable with it. So I think at a certain point, something just. But he was getting better gradually anyway. But I think, yeah, it's just really cool to see that, and I think actually he's the most himself
yeah.
on the podcast. I think so. Now,
Maybe because it's like the first time we've seen Kian Raw, you get me?
like if you,
Pause, but like
oh my god,
no, I mean
stop! No, straight up
everyone else
stop!
has done
Straight up
stuff like
stop!
everyone else has done stuff in front of the camera besides him, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure.
No, no, you're
He's
right.
like behind the camera, right? So
Um, Yeah, no, exactly. He's usually behind the camera. That's it, right? And like he hasn't even like I did a Zed talk with B Joy. I did a Zed talk with Kuska. I did a Zed talk with you. I never interviewed Kian or had him on, Zed talk or whatever, like he's not usually he's not
damn, that's crazy. I didn't even realize that. Holy shit. Bro, yeah, you're right.
yeah, so like but what's crazy is I think if you play back the episode that came out on Sunday, I think that he is the most himself. I think that if I play it back, I think um but I'll be honest, like when Joy and I did this show, um, which was the last episode that I did like on in December,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, we were totally being ourselves and like totally, you know, just fucking the whole thing was just honestly one of the best things I've ever done. Honestly, that shit was just hilarious. But um, but yeah, I just think if you play back the episode, I think like
I'm gonna play back the episode and solely look on Kian, like nothing else. I'm gonna mute it too. Just
he was just so dude. For him, it was like the camera wasn't even there, honestly.
yeah.
And I think for me and Joy, we were super authentic too. But
Well, I mean, all you were, bro.
like you said, like we've gotten so used to it. But I think, um, yeah, I don't know. I think like part of me was like super like weirded out after not doing it for a while. And I think that's why like the first couple things that you hear me say on the podcast are like, you know, going, oh yeah, oh Kian has no respect, and I was kind of like calling him out. You know, I was kind of like trying to put the focus off of me in a way because I was like, fuck, I was so not used to even doing it in a while, but I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I got better as it went along, but
You guys picking up the pieces of where you left off, like Kian were being like, "Oh shit, are we still doing shout outs?" I was like, "Damn, I forgot about shout outs. Shout
yeah,
out the shout outs, yo."
shout out the shout outs.
But no, that was honestly, pro probably one of the best ways you could have ended off the year. Like I'm trying to think, there's nothing could have topped that. It just it felt so nice because I was religiously watching them young casts for like I think it was the start of the year, pretty much, right? I don't know when the first episode was at. I think it was the start of the year last year, right?
Yeah, man, it was like, dude, it might have been the first episode might have been like end of February or something of last
Real
year.
full circle moment though, because yeah, it pretty much started at the start of the year. So I was like,
Yeah.
wow, from where these guys got to where they is now,
Yeah, and then well
so much
we
time.
didn't do it for a whole half a year. Too.
Yeah,
So I think to come back and come back like that was pretty good.
it's like those episodes on TV shows where Arthur and all the fucking kids from that little elementary school grow up, and they have that one post everything episode where they all got lives and shit. That's what it felt like.
Really. On
Yeah, yeah.
Arth like on Arthur, like Arthur and like the what
Every
they
day
did
when you're walking down that guy, you know what I mean?
oh shit. They did like a grown up version, man. That's
On the
hard.
last episode of the series, they did a episode where like Francine became a mayor, Arthur became like
Yeah.
a teacher. No, author. He became an author. That's what it was. And bro, it was a full circle moment because his first book was about the entirety of like what happened previously. So it's like he wrote the Arthur series. You get me?
Oh, okay, yeah, but
Yeah, on some full Matrix shit.
yeah.
Arthur lore, bro. It's mad interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Have you thought about like doing like some companion shit for your career, your album? Because I know you love comic books, and I don't know if you've been checking out a lot of the AI art that's like out, but like you could like I don't know, man. You could literally put in like a picture of your album cover and go like create this as like a comic book or whatever, and they would do it. And I know you're a fan of that stuff, so
That would be sick. I got a couple things lined up. Don't wanna give too much, right? But I never really thought about that. The AI art stuff. I typically, man, like every time I do a creative outlet that's not mine, but it's like I'm commissioning someone for it. I like doing stuff where it's like I put on someone who might not be put on like that. So it gives like an opportunity to a platform. Like if I had a poster I needed to make, I'd much rather it be through this guy who might have like 50 followers rather than like some AI that I got paid $5 for. Because it's like, if I'm posting it and I'm putting it out, it'll get more eyes on someone who might need it. You get me?
yeah,
But
I totally get that, but bro, you need to like see how advanced it is now. Like it's getting to a point. Like some of
You
the
heard of
different
ChatGPT, bro? That's some crazy ass shit.
right? So I'm saying like there's yeah, man, there's
Have you done stuff like that? Is one of the Zen Night posters AI?
yeah, dude, and I'm not fucking
No shot, really.
yeah, and I'm not even I don't give a fuck, man. Like, and plus, like, I had to make edits to it once it was AI and like clean it up a bit and shit. So like, yeah, no, like you gotta get on that wave, man.
I mean, I'm down to try anything, but again, like I love putting like the smaller people on. You feel me? So we gonna see. But I mean, I'm not saying that. It's not like I'm throwing that idea out the window.
Yeah,
What if I get AI to make just the entire next tape? It
yeah.
just gets to say a bunch of
Well, that's the
words.
thing. Like, you can make music with it too. I'm like, this shit is getting dope as fuck, and I know people are like scared about it. And if it's either amazing to you or it's like terrifying, and it's taking away jobs from people that like I would have paid a fucking graphic designer $200 to do what I just got done. Like,
I
but
mean, bro, AI gonna make all us homeless low key. So we just gotta enjoy it while it's here. You feel me?
AI is gonna make us all. No, like it's gonna make us all have home. It's gonna be awesome. I'm telling you. Like I've always felt like everyone's scared of robots coming in, but I feel like I don't know. I've just always gotten the vibe that like I've always gotten the vibe. I don't know.
Would you
I've
fuck a robot, bro? What if they said like you could
I would
have the
not.
perfect girl,
No,
but it's
I
a
wouldn't. I
robot?
wouldn't. No, I don't think I'd. I don't know. That's a good
You're
question.
saying it's AI. What if Shadi did every single thing you liked?
Nah.
So AI can't do everything then. AI can't do everything.
I don't know, man. I feel like you would do that for sure.
I mean, listen. If it's like 2050 and they brought out the iPussy 500, I'm telling you,
Okay,
I don't know
jeez.
what I would do. I don't know what I would do. Cause like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to sound shallow, right? But there's a part of my brain that has that little curiosity that I need to tick. You feel me? Where it's like, what does this feel like? You get me? But what if it's iRobot, where then they like fight back? That
What
would be
if
crazy.
like yeah, but like what if it like while it was going down, like she just malfunctioned, bro.
Damn, that's crazy. The
And
growth
you
is
just
too
got
much. Man.
electrocuted, man.
Whoa, I don't even want to think about that. Oh my goodness,
That's
electricity and
terrifying.
then
That's pretty terrifying.
yeah, put a whole nother meaning behind discharge. Um, Damn, no, I mean maybe, but see that's why I'm saying like 2050. There's probably that shit already outside, but I need the refined version, you feel me? The beta tested version.
Beta tested. Yeah, you
Yeah,
always need
yeah.
the beta shit, don't you, huh?
Oh wow. I see how it is. I see how it is.
Yeah, come on my podcast, bro. Just get fucking murked.
I listen,
Everyone who
I'm a
everyone who
chop
comes
these
on here.
clips up, bro. Next thing you know, I got Henry hates Ukraine versus Russia. I'm gonna make a
Oh
bunch of
my
these
god.
clips,
No, but
post
dude,
it
I
over.
really before you hopped on, I really fucked up because I was saying I don't know, I was just talking about the
Oh, bro. Oh my God. What
I
are you
know,
doing?
I know. What
Why am
am
I on this episode? Why did I show up
I
late? This
know,
is this is
dude.
partially on me.
I'm literally I have like a self-destructive pattern that I am understanding, that I'm coming to understand.
I
Um
understand, but
yeah. I
God
just
damn.
yeah, self-destructive for
I did
sure.
not think Alex
But
Jones had
I
that.
know.
You had that. You had that Alex
Dude.
Jones genetic, bro.
I'm Alex Jones. Like, why was I even saying that shit?
It's funny. Imagine like no one was here to like give you an opinion or whatever, and you just went full unhinged. Next thing you
That's
know,
what
it's
happened,
brands to like Truth Central.
dog. That's what. Nah, it was actually hilarious though. It was mostly just comedy,
Yeah.
but I don't know. The thing is, people don't get comedy. A lot of them, right? And I'm
That's what I realized, bro. I be looking at my text like the joke is clearly there, but you could really like thwart this and try to like pick at it in a 10 different ways and make it like I don't know, not offensive, but just like
yeah.
I've had that happen like a bunch of times, and sometimes I can I can be the big man here, right? Be like, okay,
Yeah.
some of these jokes don't hit, but yeah, man, I get that, I get that. Like
What
some
kind of
people
a
be
way do you joke in your family if you guys do joke around? Like what kind of humor do you use? Like, you know.
okay. So I got kind of like a broken like language. I speak Farsi, which is the language Persian people speak, but sometimes my grammar ain't the best, right? So I be saying some shit that sounds normal to me, but it's like the most off shit ever in terms of like, oh, you're not supposed to say that because I'm not culturally there, right? So I just be saying shit out my ass sometimes, and so they're like, what the fuck? I've been keep catching up onto it more, but yeah, like I don't say offensive stuff because I'm not trying to be an edge lord, but like I just say wild, outlandish things because it's people don't really care.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes it's also like um you know, that's kind of what comedians and like that's what being a comedian or being someone who is even being funny is it's like it's crossing a line, like that's when
Yeah,
like that's what we laugh for is we laugh at the
you know what I
idea.
think makes it different, bro? It's like if you're chopping it up with your homies and you say some out of pocket shit, um, and then like someone's like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck?" You can explain your thought and then be like, "Oh shit, my bad," and it's done within 15 seconds. You feel me? And
Yeah,
people probably forget about it. But when you have that shit in text over something like when you type it out, right, it stays there forever,
yeah,
and so someone can look at it for a whole 5 minutes, and then in their mind, it's just forming into something completely different than what your original meaning was, right? That's
yeah,
why you just gotta be
exactly.
around people who, like, don't assume the worst out of you, you feel me? And that's just gonna happen. I be looking at my text sometimes, my friends be like my friends told me this rule, I forgot where I heard it, but, they said, "Oh, if it looks bad in a screenshot, don't send it." I'm like, "Fuck out of here, bro, like,
Yeah.
what? That's not how conversations work." So, yeah, man, I could probably have, like, a billion cancelable screenshots, but, I'm just assuming people are more smart than that, and if they not, then I'm weeding out the dumb ones.
Yeah, I'm kind of at a point where I'm just like, yo, like fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like dude, I'm not here to I don't know, I feel like um yeah, there are times where like I could definitely be more careful. I'll say that. But there are other times where again, like I literally have a Z because it's Generation Z, and you're just like, I get it. You're dealing with some really heavy shit that you know,
Nah, man, shout
and
out Ukraine,
yeah, yeah,
but,
no, exactly,
no, I get
yeah,
that, I get
exactly,
that.
exactly. You know what I
Especially,
mean?
like
It's like it's like there's other shit where yeah, like I do need to kind of rope it in just a little bit, like but
yeah.
I think
I have
some
no idea what you said,
yeah.
bro, so maybe I'm not gonna have a career after this, but
No,
I'm
I'm
assuming
not
it's
gonna.
not I'm assuming it's
Uh,
not crazy.
it only, dude. It's only out there if someone who is streaming this live happened to record at that moment,
It was
and
Zelensky, bro, he was on the stream.
and they can't go backwards. Actually, that's hilarious because, dude, I was saying that the dream I had last night, which I don't remember the dream I had last night, but I wanted to do a segment where every episode I talked about the dream I had.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't remember any of my dreams last night. But
You gotta
uh,
write them down,
but
bro.
I came up with like a fake dream that was just entertaining to just say on the show, and I was saying, in my dream I was at rap night too, and Zelensky was fucking there, and he was. And he was like, "Yo, bro, yo, let's do a podcast." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude? What are you doing here? Go back,
Oh shit.
go back,
Speak
bro. You said you were staying there, so fucking." Anyway.
nah, bro. He had to talk to one of his biggest ops, man. The Z Man.
Honestly.
But
But yeah, I
how you
was
feeling
just
for Rap Nights too, buddy?
feeling really good. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
job's not finished, bro. Job's not finished.
Job's not finished, still it happens.
But no, like job's not finished, um, but it's a hell of a lineup, and I mean, I
Hey, I'm gonna be there.
yeah,
Unless the train hits me on the way, but yeah,
I
man,
don't
I'm
know.
gonna
I
be on
think what's
both.
important is just to always I've done a lot of these, man, and I think it's just having a positive vibe around something really just it's really important, because I think that there was a lot of fucking love in the room for the first rap night. There was just a lot of just like positive vibe, and I
Yeah,
think
and then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, the sequels can't be as good," but that's not how it's gonna be. It's gonna be even good, if not better.
well, okay, yeah, I mean that's a whole different thing, but no, I think like I mean, dude, like if it's really just about the artist. Like if you pulled up to rap night just because you wanted to see Calvin, rap night 2 is not going to be your cup of tea. If
Yeah,
if that's the only thing that you're into. But I think
nah,
that
like
yeah.
I, I cut you off. You were saying.
No, I just think a lot of us have an open mind, and I think a lot of us are into learning about new artists too. And
Yeah,
I mean, the only act that is from Rap Night 1 would be Space. Um, and I don't know, but I just think that's dope, though. I think that I mean, the other artists are artists I've wanted to work with for a long time, and it's just good to kind of step out of, like the scene as the tight knit scene is always the tight knit scene. You know what I mean? But I think that
yeah.
it's important to branch out, and so I always kind of try to do that. And I can't get everybody on every show, but
You always put new people on, which is mad enticing. Because I mean, I don't even know where you find half these guys, but they would be quality.
thanks, man.
Like D1, bro, from first rap night, I
Yeah,
had
you're
no idea who this
sick.
man was. And I'm like such a fan of this dude's discography. I even texted him after the show. Bro, this
Oh, that's
guy,
great.
he's like Toronto Tony and Pop Smoke with this deep ass voice.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, I'm glad you texted him.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, bro, he's just yeah, he's different, man. No, he's just got that like um just sort of it just like he sounds like he's talking when he's rapping in like a way that is like so fucking fun to listen to in a way because it just sounds so much like, dude, I don't even gotta try for you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
he's blessed with them good rapping voice genetics, bro. It's
yeah,
so crazy. He's a cheat code for real. No, I mean, I just liked his shit. I don't know if he's done another show, but I mean, even for his first show, man, he had so much energy, which
yeah,
I saw it and I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. You feel
yeah. I
me?
really like that because the crowd packed in like while they were performing,
Which
and
happens when like you perform first, right? So like,
yeah, yeah. But I think he did a good job of like just bringing people into the like the like the back room where the stage is. I think he did a good job of just bringing people in there because he was so like um I don't know if at one point he hopped into the crowd, but he
he
might
did,
have.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did, right? Like I don't know, he just felt very like if you had just walked in while he was performing, I think that it felt very welcoming because he didn't seem nervous. He may have been. I mean, it was his first show, but he definitely like didn't fucking seem like he was. And
You
so,
can realize he enjoyed it because he didn't like say anything about like performing first or performing while as people were coming in. You know what I mean? If someone was just worried about like, oh, how big the audience was instead of the show, they'd be like, oh, bro, what? I can't perform while there's X amount of people here. I gotta have like the entire shit packed to get me. And now
yeah,
this guy put on a show for like it wasn't 5 people, it was way more, but it's like he would do the same for 5 people if he would do for 500 people. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
that's what I respected a lot. This guy put his full foot forward, with that deep ass voice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man.
yeah, for sure.
I'm sure you're also feeling good like heading into the new year just cuz of the album dropping and, you know,
Of
like
course, of
yeah.
course. There's a lot of stuff. I'm in this weird space period again where like there's so many things I want to just like talk about. A lot of things you know about. But I'm just biting my tongue and I be just speaking so much that It's hard for me to hold my tongue sometimes, but I wouldn't do it if it wasn't worth it. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff, not new music wise, but expanding upon Godspeed. Um, because it's so interesting, man. This tape, like people are just coming back to it constantly. And I'm getting new people listening to it every day. So, I'm not just like trying to throw this shit to the side. I'm this is a here to stay type deal. You get me?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm sure you're getting a lot of like listens to your older stuff too, which is like when I first became a fan of yours and a friend of yours, but also a fan, which was Running Man, and I'm sure you're getting more streams on that too, which is great. People are
Yeah.
tapping into like your whole discography and becoming fans because I mean, both of those albums have a connection to one another, right? Like you did the one glove and then the two gloves, and you know what I mean. And
Next thing you know, I got three hands on some Doctor Octopus shit in the third cover.
that's what I'm
But
saying. Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm glad you're the first one who picked up on that, which I realized, like, damn. I mean, I mentioned this in my thank you note, but you're really receptive to this shit. But yeah, no, it's you're right. People are becoming fans of my previous work as well. Lavender is still my biggest single just because it's been out there the longest, but I'm still pushing like the newer stuff. I'm starting to push it for the new year, especially because I feel like everything on this new tape is up there with the best stuff on the last tape. You get me? Which is what I was trying to do. I was trying to make the minimum heights for this be the max heights for the last project, and then the max heights for this project, I want them to be like the minimum heights for the next project. You get me?
Yeah, exactly. You kind of want your worst song off of your first mixtape to be like, sorry, you want your best song off of the first mixtape to be like your worst track. I fucked that up, but
I
um,
get what you mean.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like you
yeah,
want,
for sure, for sure.
yeah, and like I don't know, that's how I feel about the year too. Like I want my best show from 2022, which would be Rap Night. I want that to be my fucking worst show of this year, you know.
No,
And so that's kind of how it is.
and you know, I don't want to like paint a map of where all this shit's gonna head, but because it removes the fun. But if it's gonna be anyway, like if it's gonna be half of what I anticipated of like what we've been working on, it's gonna be a great year, man. It's really gonna be a great year. And I noticed that with everyone, bro. Everyone had a really good 2022. A lot of the artist people finally got to like perform and shit after, because bro, COVID was still last year. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah,
So it's just crazy to think about how times have changed for the better for a lot of people. So,
yeah.
I think this year we gonna see a lot of the scene, and I know I'm gonna flourish personally as well. You too, but it's gonna be a lot of not fruit of the labor, but we're gonna start seeing the fruit form. You get me?
I think that's super well said, and I think that it's just so important to. It's really easy to right now at the beginning of the year have this mindset, and I think it's about keeping that, because it's really easy right now to go like, oh, 2023 is gonna be fucking amazing, and then, you're into April, and then you're like, and then like, oh, this thing didn't work out or this thing didn't work out and whatever, and
But
it's important to
it's
not lose. It's important to not lose your way, and maintain that and make this year like speak it and do it,
this year's a
um,
little different though, because I feel like me and you and a lot of people in the scene, or like just in general, share the sentiment of we've been working already. So it's not like 2023 came at us and we're like, oh shit, I haven't done stuff. We've
yeah,
been mid process of a lot of the stuff we've been working on. So although like the labels change, right? The work ethic, maybe it'll go harder, but it's still always been the same. I hate this concept of, oh, just because it's like a new year or it's a new season, then I'm gonna start putting in work. I feel like it just gives people an excuse to push it back. Because that's how I was for the longest while, right? I'm like, oh, next year, next year, next year. But we've been all putting in work, like you with Rap Night too, me with the shit I can't say right now, but like all the background stuff I've been working on.
yeah.
Um, we've never really got out that work mindset uh to say that, oh, the new year is going to be so crazy. The new year is just going to be an extension of what we've been already achieving, and it's just going to be like the long term of this entire game we've been playing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Yeah, I guess in other words, it's like this is going to be an extension of something that is already going amazing, you know? So, um, and it's not something that's going to happen on its own because, you know, we're working, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
like we're sitting back and like waiting for something cool to happen. So I think that you're right. Like it's not there's no problem in having a really positive attitude towards this because you aren't just relying on that attitude as well. You know that you're working hard. You know that your friends are working hard and you
And you
know
got a bit more foundation
yeah, yeah.
this year, especially like 2021 was the year I kind of cemented who I knew I wanted to be. And then like last year was kind of like cementing the scene, if that makes sense, of like the people I know who and I'm familiarizing myself and surrounding myself with. I don't know what 2023 gonna be, but I mean it's always been up, right? So I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Yeah, me neither. Um
It's
why don't we close on that, man? I think that's
yeah,
I just want to leave
that was
on a high note like that.
banger
Um
closing, man. I really enjoyed this episode, bro. I thank you so much, and again, apologies for showing up late, man.
all
Apologies.
sweet, bro. No, this has been a really great episode and appreciate you coming on and, you know, have a good
Always,
rest of
and
your day. Like
you too.
work on whatever you want to work on, man, and just enjoy it and
I might hit the gym after this, actually.
yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Do it, man,
all
for
day,
sure.
every day. LeBron James.
On God. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers, and all the best.